Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of CreativiTEA. And today I am so excited. I'm your host, Linda Agwocha. And today we have the godfather of entertainment in the house, the godfather of comedy, the godfather of creativity, somebody I respect so much. If you follow me, you would know because I always post most of his stuff because they are just mind blowing. So I'm so excited that he's here today, and you will get to learn a lot from this episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome Mr. Bright Okocha, popularly known as Basketmouth.
Thank you. And that introduction, man, I feel quite good right now, man.
But
The
you
Godfather, damn.
The funniest thing, it's crazy because it's true. You're almost like a legend. No, it's not even almost. You're a legend, and yet you're still in the game. It's not everybody that can achieve that.
I know.
It's a big deal, and
Most
it's
times you become a legend and just.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But you are still like.
I'm
there.
very hungry. I'm still very hungry.
And that's one of the things I think we should learn about you today. Yeah. So should we start from the very beginning? I'm sure a lot of people already know your story from how you started and all of that, but you can just give us like a brief intro. So
how you all started.
Yeah.
Which one now?
Because I heard that this whole comedy thing was like a mistake. I read it somewhere that you were actually supposed to be like a rapper and drummer. So, but how did the whole comedy thing now start?
So, at the beginning, all my friends were funny. Like all my friends, all the people around me, everybody.
Okay.
It transcended to the part where I think it was in GSS 3, and we now started having breaks during classes, like a 30 minutes break. Yeah. Some people started coming to the front of the classroom to entertain my classmates. And every time different people were coming up, in my mind, I'm like, you can kill this thing. Just give them like 15 minutes gist. So one day I went on and I blew their minds. I was just giving them gist, mimicking the teachers, freestyling. And every time we have a break, Bright, come now, come give us gist. And apparently I was doing stand-up at that point, but I didn't know what it was. So that went on then. What I was doing, giving some people gist in front of our house in Kirikiri town, Kaduso Street, number 32. I remember my elder brother's friend was listening to me, and he called me and said, have you watched Eddie Murphy's Delirious? I said, no. He said, you should watch it. And immediately I played that tape. I was like, damn, this is what I want to do, right? But that was based on, discovery. All this while, music was at the back of the
your mind.
So at some point, I thought it was music. But comedy, I just discovered it. While I was doing all these things in class, I was still the rap head. Then one day I got... It's a long story. My life can make like 10 different movies. Eventually, there was one time we got called to perform as a rap artist, as a rap group. Yeah. As we were performing, those guys were booing the hell out of us. And I was so upset. So I told the group, like, guys, chill. And I grabbed the mic and I faced the crowd for about like 20 minutes. I insulted everybody I could see. There was no Basketmouth. So I just spent about... So when I looked at the promoter, the guy was like, keep going. I was like, okay. And then after that set, I went to the back of the venue. One guy just walked up to me and was like, man, you get Basketmouth too. And that's how the name came.
Wow.
So I had to make a decision. And now Fugara, he's based in Dallas right now. And Samson. Enna. You know Enna?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we grew up in the same place.
Enna, tell him. Enna Fugara was one of the people that said, Bright, leave this rap thing. This comedy is one thing you must do. Then Samson Ohiomahai, late Samson Ohiomahai, was now one of the people that was pushing me, like, leave the rap thing, this comedy thing, you need to face it. And it started. But from that point, like even when I started doing shows, it was I noticed that I was doing things differently. It wasn't the same way. If I see the way they are doing, I'm like, I don't want to do it this way. And I think that's when that creativity thing started growing. I did not even know, because every time I wanted to do it differently. Even with the way I do my jokes, I just went, and a lot happened, and the next thing I'm here being interviewed about my creativity.
So that means it was in you all along,
Was
the
in
whole
me, I just
creativity
didn't know.
thing.
I just didn't know.
Yes.
Like, it was just there. And it was a case where when I see something, an already made product, and I look at it, I'm like, man, I wish this person did it like this and ended it this way or started this way. So I was always too critical, always destroying to rebuild people's work, and the same thing with mine. When I even started creating stuff, I'll create it. I'm like, no, this is not good enough. I'm not impressing myself yet. And I destroy it, start all over again. And, another thing, I'm Virgo. I heard that Virgos are very...
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It's true, right?
It is 100. You were speaking right now, and I was picturing my Virgo friend. I'll cut this piece and send to you.
So his mind is really terrible. It's so terrible. Like, I have a lot of projects that I've created that I just put to sleep because
Still
it
not
wasn't
there
kicking.
yet.
It wasn't kicking. Yeah.
You know what's something I find funny, because when we were growing up, a lot of the comedians were actually from Warri. A lot of them from Warri, like even Bovi, right?
Bovi, yes, from Delta State.
Delta State, Alibaba, and most everybody.
I would die.
But you,
From
where are you from?
Igbo.
Igbo.
From Isukwato local government.
So how were you able to, I don't know, how were you able to dominate? Because it seems like
I just came in. I just came from nowhere.
You just added the Igbo sense to it and just...
Yeah, I think that Igbo part is like, I think it's how I actually know that, okay, the Igbo blood is flowing quite richly, is the business part of it, the way I infuse business into it. Yes, it's entertainment. Yes, they call it showbiz and all that stuff. But I was able to identify... So I think I'm blessed with the foresight. I don't know how God does it for me. So when I see something, I'm like, I know the timeline of anything. Like, for some reason, I know that, okay, this is going to die very soon. You need to switch, or you need to start looking for alternatives. Like, no matter how comfortable or how lucrative it is, you know how people are when something starts kicking, everybody jumps on it.
Yeah.
When it's flustered with a lot of, all sorts of people, the quality starts reducing. The consumers start getting confused,
tired.
Then they're like, you know what, this is, at the end of the day, they will just blend you with the rest of them. So I'm always quick to step out from a particular space.
Nice.
But then when that question you asked, when I started, the only thing I thought to myself that you must do, I told myself, be different. Don't be like the rest of them. Make sure your materials are different. Be that guy. Don't be the best on stage. Be the most remembered. You understand? So you don't go there to say, oh man, you're scoring 100. But say things that people will drive home and have conversations over. That way you stay in their minds longer. Yeah, the guy that killed the show, yeah, he might kill the show, but the materials he killed the shows with are materials that people can't necessarily have conversations. So I was like, okay, now your materials must be about, day-to-day activities and this and that, So now when people want to have, say something like, man, for this matter, and are two things they involved, or immediately you remember that my materials about two things involved. And I say, like, I just started creating materials that people, whenever you say something, you must remember. So that was the style I used. So then, luckily, I schooled in Uniben. I've been friends with...
What did you study?
Sociology and anthropology.
Okay.
I've been friends with Agosave, Agodai since 26, 27 years.
Yeah.
So I think the affiliation and all that helped cooked me even more. And even before I got my admission, I was already going to Benin like every now and then. I was a drummer in my church. So I used to go to the branch out there, So yeah, I think they embraced me quite nicely, and it helped, the environment helped cooked me well enough.
Okay, so would you say you were one of those? I know Alibaba was there, and you guys were all under Alibaba at the point, right?
Uh, so let me speak. Yeah, I want to correct that.
Speak, please.
So when Alibaba discovered me, my talent, he gave me his card, said, "Come over to Lagos, come see me." I went there. There was nobody there. It was just
Okay.
me and him.
Oh, okay.
TA was there before. He was working with TA, but TA had established himself. So it was just myself and Ali, and I was following him to gigs, learning, the whole, the process,
The process
and
and all
everything,
that. Yeah.
and the corporate side of the business. I didn't know anything about it, so I understudied him on when I think I was with him for about like 2-3 years, and when other comedians started coming in, because you know how I'm not supposed to say this, so I won't say it. But no,
Say it
I'll say
now.
it. So a few people were like, man, nah, the Faxi Basket affiliate with Ali. That's why he grew
Real
fast.
fast, yeah.
So I noticed that a lot of people started coming that distance, and you know me, I don't like so I stepped back and went to go and do my own thing. Most of them did not know the reason why I was working with him. You understand? I was working with him specifically because he's been there for a while. I needed someone. I didn't understand you. All I had was a talent. I wasn't trying to break into his clientele, to break into his space. All I wanted to learn was, how does he do it? How does he maintain the clients? Because they keep calling him over and over again. So those are the things I wanted to learn. So there was never a time that we were all,
Together, yeah.
It was after I left that, a lot of people started jumping.
That thing you learned from him is what I actually want you to tell us today, because
Yeah.
because for a lot of creatives, a lot of comedians, a lot of them out there, they struggle with clinching brands, let alone keeping them for a long time, right? Well, you and Alibaba seem to have that thing in common.
Yeah.
You
So,
work with brands and then they still keep coming over back again, and so how do you do it?
so the thing is, what I learned from him wasn't necessarily what I applied, because
Of course,
it
you have
doesn't work
to.
for everybody.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So I learned I learned the promptness, being on time, even with the meetings, not even just the events. The It's more or less like customer service, right? You must be able to make the client become a friend, right? Like you make them comfortable with you, you're nice to them and all that. Then at some point they'll just feel like they're friends with you. By doing so, you've crossed that line, you understand, of just being a client to
Being
a
a friend.
supplier. You understand? Then, because people, like, if they tell you that, look, I need this product, and you deliver on time and you deliver the goods right, they'll come to you again.
Yeah.
And also, I learned pricing as well with Ali. Sometimes I'll tell Ali that, man, these guys, they booked me for like 40,000 naira, and they will tell me that, why are you taking it? You shouldn't take it. I'm like, bros, I need money. He said, don't worry. You know what? I'll give you 20,000. Sit down. Do you understand?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So then sometimes it got to the point where he didn't have to tell me not to take it. Once I heard the offer, I'm like, Ali won't want me to take something like this. So I pulled back. For a long time, I was hungry, because people don't want to, like, you know how it is now. Even right now, once you say fuel price don't increase, everybody first of all quarrel. Eventually, now, because as long as they need it. So I was more focused on making my brand that brand that you need, right? So when I was done with that, and I increased the price, and I stayed hungry for a long time, and when they realized that, man, we need this guy, they had to pay whatever I was charging. It happened even with Opa Williams.
Yeah.
The first time Opa Williams paid me for a gig, it was 10,000. It was supposed to be 20K. He now paid me 5K. He pained me, but I boned. But I gave him a show, right? I knew he was going to come back. When he came back, I charged 50. He didn't pay. He came back again, it was 100. By the time he came back, it was 150. By the time he finally paid, it was 200.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the more I wasn't taking his offer, the more I was working on my brand
Yes.
to make sure that he sees that, oh, okay, this boy is not just charging me, it's value for money. So a lot of people, I think that people should be more focused on the brand. You understand? The
Not the
brand,
money.
the quality of the brand, to make sure that the client, no matter what, they will come back looking for you, even if it takes 10 years or 5 years. And I'm a very patient person. Your Virgo guy must have told you that we can wait 20 years.
Yes.
Then in my own, from my own approach, right? What I learned, what I think I taught myself, number one, right? Whenever you're working with a first-time client, right? Yes, you want to build them, but it's the first time they're coming, right? Try as much as possible to throw in. There should be a catch. I don't know, whatever it is, but just an add-on, an added value. So we are paying 1 million naira for this service. Just throw in something that the value is maybe about like 250,000 or 500,000 that they won't normally pay for. They won't even see. I was like, look, if I'm doing this for you, I'm going to throw this in. Immediately, people love our woof.
Yeah.
Once they come in, I keep throwing in that small extra woof. I'm doing it then until they become addicted. Then I'm the winner. Then I'll now take off their woof. All the things I've lost, I'll now start getting it back. But it takes time.
It takes time.
It takes patience. Yeah.
So what would you say differentiates you? Because you keep saying it now that, you come and you give value. It's not that easy. People will be like, which value? Can you just explain it? What really differentiates you from every other comedian out there?
I don't know. So sometimes I don't even know how I do it. Okay. I think one of the things that people have pointed out is my approach. I have a different kind of approach in terms of my skits. Now, if I want to promote a show, my promo is different. Like the way I design my promotion, my campaign, I make it seem like an experience on its own. Because I believe, because people, I'm 46 this year. Since I can remember, I've been watching adverts.
Okay.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of one more advert and I'll lose my head. So because of how I was feeling, as at the time I was seeing so many adverts, that when people want to do shows, come to so thing live, blah, blah, blah. That's too much. Why are you shouting? Do you understand? Now I looked at it like, Bright, if you want to market something, how would you market it? And that's how I started. This style of promo, of campaign, I think it was about 15, when did I do Love Sanjan? Maybe about 18 years ago, when I partnered with Cool FM back then. Then was myself and Freeze. I used to do the radio ads. My radio ads used to be skits. I started skits with radio. Not visuals. Because it was going to cost me a lot of money to create it. And I didn't have partnership with a TV station. So I started doing skits on radio. So anytime you hear my advert, it's a conversation between myself and a girl, myself and Freeze. We're just having conversations. And people are laughing.
Yeah.
And by now, people want to listen to the advert. Because people are like, you need to hear that Basketmouth advert, the funny die. So now, they are looking out for an advert. Normally, people skip the advert. So I created an advert that people want to look out for. And I maintained that for a very long, even till date. Like all my adverts are things they are content. So that's one of the things that makes it different. Number two, okay, like see the way I'm dressed now. I did dressing here. My hair, my dress.
Well.
Yeah, I know. Like,
if you're compared to other comedians,
you know what I mean?
You package.
Should I call it packaging? I'm very, how was the word now? Unpredictable. Sometimes you see me wearing one very baggy pant like this, and the next thing I'm wearing suit. The next thing my hair is blonde. The next thing earring and this and that. Because why? I have a feeling. Maybe this is personal to me. I think it's universal. The same what brand the Coke brand used to be is not the way it is right now.
Of course,
It keep
they
changing.
change.
Even if the color is still the same,
Yeah.
but they keep changing things.
Little
Yeah,
things.
so I think that's the same thing I've been doing. Yeah, the brand is still the same, but I keep changing things every time. Sometimes I'm changing the style of my delivery. Sometimes I'm changing the look. Sometimes I'm changing the content, the substance, like where I'm getting the materials from, the topics. Sometimes just keep evolving because people get bored easily. So those are the things I always tell myself, Bright, you can't be the same person every day. You have to change. If they see you today, it must be like that. The interview I did with a friend of mine in Dallas. If you watch that interview, it's totally different from what I'm doing here. I was a nuisance. So just to let people not see, if you're too monotonous, they just it dries it up.
Yeah, I'm sure that's one of the things that kept you.
Yeah, one of the things that
for
kept me
this
going.
long.
I believe so.
Because you've been in the game for a long
Oh,
time,
yeah, it's very long.
and still you're dominating. So now let's talk about brands. So how did you start doing adverts? Because I see you do some adverts for brands. Is it because of your skits? Was it because of the skits you do for your own, shows? Is that why they gravitated towards you?
Although I also created the opportunity for them to see, because it's one thing for them to see your work on social media, it's another thing for them to know that you're approachable or it's something that you do. Do you get? So for a minute, there was one time I did a campaign for one of my shows, and a big brand called me. I don't want to mention their name now. They called me and they were asking, who did your campaign for you? I wish I knew better. I would have told them, I would have just mentioned a company that doesn't even exist and quickly go and register the company. But when they asked me, I said I did it myself, and that was it. They actually wanted to engage the company to give them a job to campaign for something that they're doing. But I blew it. I did not know. I just told them, yeah, I'm the one. It's my company that is doing it, and they didn't call back. But if I had said one name, Maggie Peterson's conglomerate, they say, really, can you give us their number? We also call one white girl. So you're receiving a phone call right now. I talk like this. So I started creating. When I started doing the skits and all that, I thought to myself, I said, okay, Bright, because I have a lot of, if I tell you, okay, let me give you an example now. For each brand in Nigeria, from banks to oil companies to telecoms, I've created an ad for them. All.
Wow.
Not like the big ones.
Yeah.
Is it MTN, Glo, all of them, from Access Bank to GTB. I've created mentally. And like when I see their ad, I'm like, if I were these guys, I would have done it like this. And sometimes I just pen it down, type it somewhere. So for any brand that would approach me now, I will give you like 3 ads. I'll give you like 3. So one opportunity came one time that led me to my first advert that I did for Mini-Me. It was Chikizi Dozie. He called me and said he wanted me to do an ad for him for his food. Like he does this fast food stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he said he needed an advert. And I charged him only for production. I said, give me X, Y, Z for production. I'm not going to charge you for me.
For you, yeah.
And I was like, great, okay, no problem. He will do it. He paid me. So when I created that ad, I created it with Mini-Me in mind. And when I put it out there, I was hoping that they would see it and reach out to me and say, man, look, we like, and it worked out exactly that way.
Wow.
As I put up the ad, that same afternoon, I got a call from them, and they were like, look, we have this campaign that we want to do. We saw what you did with this stuff. We like it. It's just, is there a way you can do this for us? And I was like, yeah, I don't mind. And I sent them about 5 or 6 different ads that they didn't take any of them. and I sent the last one. The last one, now, check this out. The first 6 I sent were mind-blowing, but they, like, you know, those kind of Western, those Yankee adverts, once you get to the end,
before you know,
they didn't want this kind of stuff. So I said, okay, you know what?
Can understand.
Do the Niger style, but make it a bit, you know, better. And that's how that mini-me advert came about. And that was the first one. And after that one, boom. Everything. Although before that one, I had done stuff from Origin. Okay. Now, with the one for Origin, I'm not supposed to say this, but since we are educating some people here, what I did was I was already family with them. I've already been cool
working with them. Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't chop money from them. So, and I saw an opportunity. I got an idea, and I thought to myself, like, man, these guys, they will like this one. You know what, Bright, do it for them and just do it for free. Right? And I called my guy that works with, Kenneth, and I said, bro, there's this idea that I have. It's going to cost me money, but I'll use my money to do it. I'll give it to you guys, man, I enjoy. And that was one of the first things I did for Origin. And they loved it. And not long after, they made me an ambassador. Booyah! So sometimes you don't have to wait.
You don't have to wait.
Once you've created that relationship with the brand, and you're nurturing it, let them get value. That's the thing I was talking about.
Yeah.
That extra. So that ad I gave them was my add-on.
And a lot of people wouldn't have known. They would think that they came to meet you. They didn't know the on-the-ground work you were doing.
Normally, I don't. This is the first time I'm saying it. I've never said it before.
Thank you very much. Because they need to know.
Yeah, sometimes you need to sacrifice.
You need to sacrifice,
You need to sacrifice something.
Some of them are just waiting. Let them come and then they'll bill you.
No. For the past 2 years, I've been creating my own wealth. I don't wait for clients to call me to say, oh, Basket, we need you for. No. I create things that they will see and go like, man, Basket, how can we be part of this? How much is going to cost us to be part of this? And that's how I've maintained it so far. So sometimes you don't have to wait for them. You create what they want. Look at the market. What do these guys need? Okay, this product, it's selling, but it's not doing the numbers that it deserves. Create a solution to that. Do you get? When you create a solution, except the brand, they are not. I think they have to be very stupid. If they see a solution to a problem that their brand is facing, and you bring that solution, they will embrace it. So,
and especially if they already like you and know you, because that's another thing.
Oh, that part. That's another conversation.
That's another conversation.
A lot of people have been blinded by the idea of just becoming famous, undermining how you become famous. They don't care. Their own is, I just want to be famous. Now, what is your brand equity? Can you sustain whatever you've generated in 2 weeks? Can you sustain it for 20 years? What do you have to sell? What do you have to offer? What kind of brand do you want to represent? If you come out with this style, do you think that brands, blue chip companies will want to associate themselves with you? There is one thing for you to have the social media noise and the crowd, they will support you no matter how stupid you're making yourself look. But at the end of the day, the core of everything we're doing is that transaction. It has to be transactional. Can these people put their money on that brand that you've built? So the key, the most important thing, build a brand that is scandal free, that is genuine, that is rich, that people can see. So a lot of people now, one day, boom, the next 2 weeks, they're gone.
They're gone, yeah.
You get? I'd rather be the underdog for 50 years and stay for another extra 20 years than just come out, reign for 1 year, and the year after, nobody's talking about you. So they say publicity is publicity, even whether bad publicity. No, bad publicity is bad publicity.
Yes.
People don't get it. Like, people have been blinded because, oh, he's working for this person, he's working for that person. People, There's a lot to be said.
Tell us from your experience.
Do not, and I'll say this to the camera.
Yeah.
Don't ever be deceived by what you see on social media. Like, most of our people, it's all fake. They're trying to make you feel like they're living a great life. They've messed up their brands, but now people are talking about it. They'll be going crazy. I've seen the pattern. Like, people now know that, if I do it like this, people talk about me. They will talk about you for a few weeks, and that's it. So please don't sell your brand for a 2 weeks fame. You born children later. You want to get married. The family you are getting into, they are on social media too. All right. But maintaining that brand thing is very key.
Very,
Just
very
make
key.
sure that your brand is tight. Yeah.
Before my next question, I think you have a question, right?
Yes, it's not. Well, I'll start by not just question. I'll start by giving boss his flowers.
Yeah.
More than no, because
He deserves it.
someone like me, that I think I'll put things into perspective. Like legends like you don't know how much impact you've made. Like I'm from Surulere, and I remember that I would want to like be someone like you guys. I'll see you guys in OJB. I know you come around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just close by, just
Are you
watching you
serious?
guys every time.
Wow.
When my grandpa would send me something, I'll hide so that I don't want superstars to see me like that, because I started rapping, singing at that time.
Okay.
So since then I've been following, so I would say like from afar you've taught someone like us a lot. Like you are like my teacher.
Oh, really?
Let me just put it that way, because
Thank you.
I know you when you were in the group. You know the video you did with
Naughty Pin.
Naughty Pin. Naughty Pin
Yeah.
used to stay in
Are
our
you serious?
street. Yeah.
Damn.
I know all the videos that you guys made. There's one video that you did with another group that you have. I've forgotten the guy, your partner.
Psychopaths.
Yeah, that you did. There's a overall. You guys did it was a rap
Yes.
video.
It's been a long
It
time
was a
ago.
rap video, and we used to watch you guys in NBI, and all
Damn.
the time. Yes. So
Sorry, he sweats.
so studying the growth, as in we wanted to be like you at that time, and look at you now. You're still giving someone like us that hope, that creative mind that you can still do it. You can still do it. You can still continuously teach someone like me that same thing that you were teaching me then. So that's how great you are, because
Thank you very
you
much.
keep doing you, not thinking about that what you impacted. So I want to say, if there's a flower that we are supposed to I really
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
you.
I
I really
appreciate
appreciate
that.
you.
Appreciate
One of
that.
the things I wanted to ask is,
Yeah.
how is it that, where did you find the strength? Because I myself, I had like so many things that I faced in my career, and it was so overwhelming. I wanted to, at the point I got suicidal, I'm like, but we see people like you still go on and everything. So psychologically, there's so many problem challenges. How did you find the strength to keep going? Where did you get that strength from?
Okay. It's interesting that you said sometimes you're hit with challenges, sometimes you feel suicidal and all that. It's not unique to you. It's universal, especially for every man.
And woman.
A woman. Yeah. I face challenges, but I think I've been able to. I wish if I knew all these things that I know now. Before
Information.
yeah, there were times that I used to I would allow the physical and the disappointments drown me. But now I think I've been able to. The first thing, the most important thing is joy in your heart. That's the first thing. You have to feel joy inside, and you can be in depth and be in joy. Sometimes you just have to pray to God specifically for joy. Say, God, I want to feel joy in my heart every day. and focus yourself into that. As in, just focus your mind and go like, that joy in the morning. I want to feel you. Pray about it. You see, I don't know. I don't know all the terms, but you see, when that happiness is inside, is genuine inside, there's a radiation. There's this energy that we like positive attracts positive, right?
Yeah.
So it comes. It's like I don't know how to use those words, but humans, I believe that we are like gods. We are demigods. That's why we pray. You can pray to a being that you can't even see.
Yeah.
But you do it with faith. You understand? That faith that you have is the power, right? That's your power. That's your superpower.
Yeah.
The faith. You know, like that's the idea. That's your power. God has given you that power. Call on me, Abi, anytime, or whatever. You talk to Him, He will give you that joy. Once you wake up that morning and you start feeling that joy, that peace of mind, right? Start creating. Start thinking of, okay, what am I gonna do? Why am I gonna do it? The devil, that's the best time that the devil picks to come at you. You must be able to identify him. Once he comes, sometimes it's a phone call, sometimes it's your friends. They will come. It keeps coming. All they want to do is to make sure that joy, you've unlocked it.
Yeah.
They want to spoil it. Because once you feel that thing, trust me, like that sometimes you see some people, man, my day has just been messed up. Your day is messed up because you allow the first thing affect you. Once it affects you, trust me, bro, nothing good can happen that day. Nothing good. So you must be intentional. So by doing so, once those disappointments come, you won't see them as disappointments anymore. Because you're beyond it. You know, like, I better get out. I do okay. God will do it for me. And you keep on going like that. And eventually you'll be shocked. That energy that you have inside. And God sees the heart.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's what you have inside that God sees, not what you're even saying sometimes.
Yeah.
It's the inside. So I think that was one of the things that I was able to unlock early enough, you know, and it helped me. And you can't create when you're not happy inside. It's rule number one.
Yeah.
You cannot create. And even if you create something, maybe you were just lucky.
Yeah.
You won't be lucky all the time.
Yeah.
But once you're in that space, that's why you see some writers, some people that write books, they say they want to go to a cabin somewhere. Yeah, because they are trying to find that peace physically. I don't have to go to a cabin. I can find that peace inward. I can be in this room and just sit down. But for me, I think bathrooms, bathroom, my brother, next time me a bathroom. Anytime I take a shower, an idea is coming. I don't know why. I just enter bathroom, I just a shower. Maybe as I'm showering all the sins of the world
Out of my
body. You know, but I think it starts with the heart, man. Because me too, I go through a lot too. I'll tell you one. There's a movie that's coming out that I'm working on that's coming out this November.
Yeah.
As at the time we started working on the movie, I had gotten 2 partners that were going to put like some huge funds in it. These guys pulled out.
Wow.
I hope they are watching it now. So he pulled out and it left me. I was devastated. Like that was about I had to raise about 300 million naira in 12 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you talk about disappointment and roadblocks, that was my biggest roadblock this year. And you're talking about 2024. It's been very tough.
Yeah, this year has been tough.
Very soon I'll tell you guys the story how I was able to pull it off. But we're done with the movie. It's coming out. But there's nothing that I've done. Like what people see, what you guys watch, it's never easy. It's never easy, but I've been able to discover a new route. That new route is making the obstacle your way. Yeah, that obstacle, that's my route. I'm not going to go through any corners. No, give me the obstacle, I'll break through it. And why I serve God now?
Abi.
Sometimes I do and say, Baba, I don't enter inside. Prove to me. So you have to be, whatever religion you are, you know, as long as you believe in God, Just believe in him, challenge him. Not as if you go and walk on water. Oh. No, don't say, Baba, I want stroke. Pass this. No, but yeah, challenges come. It's standard, but how do you go about it? But I'm used to it now. I love it actually. When the movie started getting difficult, was the exact time I knew the movie was going to be great.
Nice.
Yeah, because what happened was, not when I say when it was getting difficult for us to start production.
Yes.
I knew that okay, this movie is going to be great. So all I did was I couldn't raise the whole funds. I pulled funds from wherever I could, put it in, and it started running. Do you know that throughout that production, we didn't have one single problem?
Wow.
Not a single problem. The only problem we had was just that beginning. We finished the project. They didn't come to tell us that, oh, we need to take one more scene. This person's voice is not... Like, we finished and everybody went home. We did not call anybody for anything. So sometimes the devil just wants to mess you up. Like, just that beginning. He will throw in everything to just mess with your mind. Then you give up the project. When we're done, even the crew, they were like, man, Baba, we've not done any project that was this easy. And mind you, we shot in a ghetto. Like ghetto, proper ghetto. Not for once did any Agbero came to us to say, Baba, this camera.
That's strange.
Yes, in Lagos. And we shot there for over a month.
Wow.
I was sitting there inside hood like this. They would sit by our side. All of us, the gist, the drink. God did that. Not for once. They did not. The only time they disturbed us was when we went outside that area. Yeah, not as if we just went there to want to shoot. Definitely, we had conversations with them. Of course. We, did a few things in the community that made them kind of like, But even at that, that Wala must come. So after that one, the obstacle, everything else was easy, and I thank God for it.
Thank God.
Yes. So. Next question.
Yes. You have a question?
You want to go?
Yes, I wanted to ask because you seem to be doing a lot of things to Basketmouth.
Yeah.
Now you're doing movies.
Doing
you
TV,
do skits.
You
You travel all around the world doing tours.
Yeah.
You act.
Yeah.
You sing. You're releasing an album.
The music part is mind blowing.
I'm telling you, it's mind blowing because it's also something fresh when he started it.
Yeah.
How do you do all of these things and still maintain steeze and composure and have time for family and all that?
Sometimes, okay. So with the music, it's all about timing. So a lot of people don't know. They're like, man, this guy, he worked too hard. I don't. I work smart.
Because I thought you were working too hard. I thought you were not even sleeping. Just wake up.
No. Nah, they will rest too.
Great.
Because of your outputs, sometimes I get exhausted for you.
Because every day.
Me, I'm exhausted for you. I'm like, I'm tired. What's going on? I'm tired for you.
I'll tell you the trick. So when we did the album, I was doing the album at the same time. My first album, Yabas, we did the album the same time I was shooting Papa Benji.
Okay.
So when we wrote the Papa Benji series, the first season, when we needed to create songs for it, I like, okay, this series is out in 2 months. I have just 1 month to produce the album. I started calling everybody. I told them, dude, I'm working on this album from this week to this week. And I confirmed all of them. So a few I was confirming as we were going. And because of the timing, I got everybody in. While we were working on the music, we were editing as well.
The movie.
Yeah, so I brought everybody in one building. So we're all in a hotel, right? So maybe room 214, 216, 217 is all music. Then downstairs is production. So I'm going from one to another. So sometimes I rest. So that 2 weeks, I was able to finish editing, create the songs, do this, do that. Then use the other 2 weeks to start, fixing tightening all the loose ends. When I was done, I had already created the introductory episode. I've already done all these things. So we just piled things up. So the only thing I'm doing is just posting.
Okay.
sometimes what I do is, because we've got a big studio in Lekki Phase 1.
Okay.
That's where we shoot Papa Benji. That's where we shoot. Everything you see is done there. It's hard to believe sometimes, but we just keep breaking down, change and everything.
Yeah.
So sometimes I can shoot 4 different skits in one day. We'll shoot with Mr. Funny, shoot with Bucci, and these things I'm releasing them in 1 week. Sometimes use one day to shoot. The time I did that campaign with late Sound Sultan and Kobams, it was one day. I shot him, Ike, everybody. I just shot everybody. A campaign that will run for 1 month. So you would think that I'm shooting everybody, but no, I already done everything. So I just started releasing it. Like yesterday, we had a meeting of the campaign for the movie. We've done everything. I've sent scripts to everybody. We are shooting tonight. I'm shooting tomorrow. I'm shooting the whole week. I think I mentioned it to you.
You did.
So when I'm done with this, you will not start seeing things. You will not think that, man, this guy know they sleep. They sleep well.
So it's all about planning.
I just gather everything. Yes, sometimes it gets busy, but mostly when I'm touring. It's only when I'm touring.
Okay.
It becomes hectic. Like I already told my guys, look, I want to shoot. I'm the one that will tell them, look, I'm ready. I want to shoot Flatmates this week and next week. I have openings. Let's do that and knock it off. Then I'll go do some other project. Then tell myself that this 1 week you're taking a break. I take a break, just rebuild energy and start all over again. But yes, I work hard, but I work smarter.
What about that show you did with Amazon, the one with the
LOL
show?
My best.
That show was
The
first of its kind.
The idea, the uniqueness of it is amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The season 2 had already been signed off, but they now pull the plugs. I believe they are going to put it back in very soon.
Why?
I believe so. Have you seen your economy?
Oh.
The naira. Man.
It's really affecting everything.
It's affecting everything.
Yeah.
I had a meeting with some guy, and he said the amount they invested in, when you buy something in dollars that is into trade, you buy this one for $1, right? And the dollar is now
1,600.
You have to sell to make profit. By the time you sell to make profit, you can't afford to restock. Do you get? Because
yes,
it has gone up
again.
So sometimes they have to do a markup, and who is suffering? The consumers. But even at that, because they don't want the consumers to run away, they will subsidize the price. Wow. And it's really, even for us, it happens to us, because when we do projects, we've already given the client budget for diesel and that and all this crap. And when it increases, it's not their business. Yeah. Even if we do a 10% markup, it never doesn't really fall in line. So everyone is bleeding.
But how did it happen with the LOL? Is it that you went to them to say, oh, I have this unique idea?
No.
Or they contacted you to say, give me content?
No. They contacted me with the ideas and all that.
Okay.
So, and that this is what they've done, and they wanted me to jump on it. And they had already, the painful thing is that they offered me executive producer role just before they pulled the plugs. Nigerian, they annoy me. But I pray it comes back, because it was a great. We already started working on
really
the season
good.
2, where we had a meeting with the creative team and what they had already developed. And now, that kind of stuff where they came with something. I said, look, this is what they want to do. This is how they're going to do it. And I saw it. When you see a canvas that you can paint in it, and I came and I started splashing the paint. That day I was feeling myself, because they gave me things to work with, so I was just giving ideas. I do it like this, with that, and everybody was getting excited. We left that room all pumped up. The next day or the 2 days after, and I said, we have to take a pause on this. And then the next thing they called me, it pained me, because season 2 would have been beautiful.
Hopefully it will still come.
Hopefully it's still gonna come next year. Next year is still there.
And then I realize again, you are this person that you work with everybody. You're working with Amazon today, tomorrow you're working with Netflix, you're working with DSTV.
Yes.
How do you do that?
So I have so far successfully pulled it off. There's Basketmouth, and then there's Bright Okpocha, right? And then there's the Basketmouth, the music producer. So I try to disengage myself from each brand. Now, Basketmouth is a comedian that does all these things. He's for sale.
Okay.
He's for sale. If you want to use him, pay for the service and use him. When you are done, the next person will come and pay and use. If you want exclusivity, then you pay and engage him without it. But if you're not doing exclusive deals, and I don't like doing exclusive deals. No. I don't.
So it's more profitable to not be exclusive.
It's not even the profit. It's the fact that I can work with everybody. I want to work. I want to be able to. I don't want to limit myself to just one brand.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody should do that. You know, I've done that before. I did that with Globalcom. I didn't like it. I hated the idea that I couldn't do a job for MTN. I hated the idea that I couldn't do stuff for Airtel. That's imprisonment. That's like, you've entrapped me. So
that means you don't like ambassadorial deals anymore.
Nah, if I'm gonna do, I've taken some. I actually took one, say like 2 days ago, but I took that one mainly because, first of all, because for me, and yeah, that's one thing that you must do. Love the brand first. You must love the brand. Don't care about the money.
Yeah.
What does the brand sell? Does it meet with your principles, your whatever, and your brand design? Fall in love with the brand. Then don't sell the brand. If you sell the brand, nobody's going to buy it.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Don't sell the brand.
Sell.
They're not going to say, oh, buy this, use this one. No. Let them see you and the brand. You're selling emotions. You're selling what you feel for the brand. How you like. They already like you.
You're just transferring that love.
All you're doing is just transferring the love to the brand. But now, if you don't love the brand and you don't trust the brand and you make them follow you, and they now discover that all you did was just mislead them, you can never sell anything to them anymore.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
So before I jump into any partnership with any brand, I must, first of all, let me eat it. Like mini-me. I said, let me eat. I want to eat. So they pack cartons, the mini-me, chin, everything. I was feeding on it. I started enjoying it. And I loved the brand. Like me right now, I would just go, like, you know what, make me mini-me, make me this. Because you have to be part of what you're selling. The same thing with Multi Guinness. Till date, even with the fact that I'm not an ambassador for them anymore, it's the only malt drink that I drink. The same with Origin. So it's not because of the money. I love the brand.
You love it, yeah.
You don't get. So love the brand. Hey, keep quiet there. I was talking to you. You Siri, we need a year word. We'll call you now. So you need to be able to love the brand, and that's how I am able to sell the brand. Like, let me give you an example. You know, say, like for instance, now I'm dating this girl. I love this girl, and I'm trying to get someone to like the girl. I'm trying to get my friends to like the girl. The first thing they want to see, the first thing they don't even know that they want to see it. They want to see how I treat the girl.
Yes.
When the girl is coming, I pull out a chair.
Yes.
What do you have to do? They see me take care of her. Automatically, they will just transfer that respect to her.
Yes.
That's it. You know, and then when she's not around and I'm talking about the guy, I say, man, the girl is cool. If you taste that food, final. Now, I won't be able to sell this girl the way I'm selling her if I actually don't genuinely
like her,
or love her.
Love her, yes.
So that's the first thing. Fall in love with the brand, and then the rest is history. And don't sell your brands. Don't sell your brands. Like, when you create an ad for a brand, don't use it. Look at that thing you've created and think about 10 other ways you can sell that same thing following this template. But think of 10 other possible ways. There's no idea that is complete. It's impossible. There's no movie script that is complete. There's no music that is complete. There's room. There's always room for improvement. There's room. But sometimes it's a masterpiece. But that masterpiece You get some people that will go like, you know what? If you had just done this, so that's what you do. So when you created this concept, like, okay, man, this is great. People are hailing it. Go back home, look at it, and say, okay, Bright, if you want to sell this thing in 5 other ways, how will you sell it? That's where you now pick the right one. Except you can't get anything better than this one, then you have the right one. But if you are able to get more, then that first one you did isn't the right one. You know, never be satisfied with whatever you create. Criticize it. Destroy it.
So that's a Virgo talking right there.
That's a Virgo talk. Okay, that's a Virgo talk. That's a Virgo talk.
No, but I think they should learn that. Content creators should learn that, actually, yeah.
But once you've done editing, look at it, like, okay, what is, like we did the movie, when we were done with the movie, we've been editing. We edited yesterday, we edited today. I'm going to edit after this, after I'm done with everything. We are still editing because we keep seeing things like, this guy, and guess what? All we are saying is just like a 3-second lag. I think like, why are we waiting 3 seconds for this to? Can we move on? You understand? We are not trying to make the movie long. We're trying to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if this scene is going to drag, why are they still working? Why are we keeping this? Take it off. There's no need for that. You know. So these are the things. And I heard that apparently it's a pattern that Nollywood use.
To make their movies long.
Yeah, what are they to make it long? They use lesser script, lesser dialogues, more what do you call it? Action scene. Like you see the person cooking, you'll be hearing the music. Boom, 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 boom. So you no audio, no dialogue, nothing. They're just doing it. And everyone is doing it. And unfortunately, I'm not a dead fish. I don't go with the flow, right? And that's been my motto since day one. If I see that everybody's going this direction, I'll ask somebody, why don't they want to go this direction?
Yeah.
And that's what I think I'm bringing into Nollywood, the Nollywood space. Just like I did with creativity, the art, the adverts, the skits, the music. Even with my music, you will know that my music sounds different.
Yes, it does. It's different sound.
I'm a stubborn boy. So, I know feet.
We love it. We love it.
The movie, I don't want to brag, but the movie we're coming out with, you think you've seen anything I've done now? You know, most of those things I work on, sometimes I use like 2-3 days to do. I've used months
for
on
this one.
We've gone back and forth, and I think we have a masterpiece. Wow. Someone scored it 11/10. My shoulder just
What's the name? The Ghetto Love Story, right?
The Ghetto Love Story. And it's based on true events. It's inspired. It happened.
Oh, it happened.
It happened.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think I was about like 11 or 12 years old, and I witnessed it. And that thing lived with me for so long until last year I was now sharing the idea with the writer, and she was like, this can make a very good movie. I was like, yeah, right? Yeah, and that's how we started. And now I'm about to hit you guys with something sweet.
We can't wait.
So what else? What are we talking about creativity again, Seth? There are some things that I noticed.
Yes, Phil.
That I said, if people... So, what's with... It's just an observation.
Please go ahead.
When people do those things when they eat food, what are they selling?
When they eat food?
Like they're just eating food.
You've seen those? Is it the reviews, food reviews?
No, it's not even the food reviews. They just eat food.
Is it on TikTok?
No, they'll just be eating and just be
okay,
eating.
Just let people watch them eat food.
Yeah, what's the idea behind it?
Nothing. Like there are some people that they have this fetish thing, like they just like seeing people eat.
Okay, so that's for okay.
Those people are feeding those kind of people.
Oh, okay.
There are some people that just like seeing people sleep. Social media has exposed a lot of crazy things. So people, you don't know, people just sleep online and people watch them sleep.
Are you serious?
And they pay for that.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. They subscribe and pay for people to watch them.
How much? I don't mind. I'll be recording it.
Yeah, so that's it.
It's weird.
Find it crazy, right?
I find it weird. I find it like when I see some things on. But the only thing that I find disturbing for me, and maybe it's because of my generation where I'm coming from. First of all, I don't go to social media. I try to mind what I consume.
On
because
social media.
it's too much, because you're scrolling. The first thing you're seeing Pastor Jerry Eze talking about how to keep your faith in God, and as you scroll, there's one girl shaking her hand
At the same
at
scroll.
the same. You just the post after that one. You see one woman feeding her baby and recording it for people, like just different things. So it's just it's So I use it as a tool. I just go there, post, and I walk away. And if I see anything, luckily I have friends that know the kind of things that I like to feed on. So they share. They send to me, but check this one out, check that guy out. So the people that I think that we should celebrate the most this period, are people like, you see Lai Wasabi. You see Lai Wasabi.
He's actually creative too.
That guy.
Yeah.
Let's support that guy. He knows what he's doing.
Great.
Brain Jota,
Great.
Nas Boy, Mr. Funny too, know what they do. These guys are very intentional. And all they need is just the support. And I've been talking to a few of them. You guys, collaboration. Imagine a sitcom with Lai Wasabi, Brain
all
Jota,
of them together.
Mr. Funny, and Nas Boy.
Let's do it now.
I'm thinking about it. So imagine a show like that. You don't win. And a lot of people, like, our people, once a story comes out, they don't rush go do film about time.
Yeah.
What is key is for the story to be rich.
Yes.
People will know if it's rushed.
Of course, people will know if it's not genuine too. It has to be rich.
So all I need them to do is, because if you pay attention to the Western world, they collaborate a lot. You see them, even the Kings of Comedy tour. That was a collaboration between, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hewley, Bernie Mac. They came together to do a tour, and that there's no comedy tour that's been able to surpass that tour till date. And the same thing goes with the sitcoms, and all these other things.
I was even going to, it was one of my questions, because I know you've traveled a lot and you've worked with international stars and all of that. So what's the difference, between how they work over there and our own industry over here, and how can we improve?
There's a lot of difference. Damn, those guys are... So, first of all, it's all broken down. Everybody is doing what they are supposed to do. Like, I'm not doing 3 people's job. You're focused on yours. Everybody will do your, but ours, this person that is doing sound is still...
so
we're doing too much.
We're doing a lot,
And the reason it's like that, it's because it's simple, the budget. And unfortunately, I am sorry to say this, even when some streaming companies came and gave our people good budget, they blew the money. So you see, the problem is not these guys. They've come. They've dropped money. Okay, you need $2 million to make this movie. They give you $2 million. You're buying a house, you're buying a car, doing this and doing that. And the next thing, you have just $250,000 to make the movie. And you think it's not going to show? These guys will hire people, not even 1 or 2 or 3, like getting writers to be in one room. Even if they have to send them to cabins. Go and write this thing, clean it up, bring it back. While you're doing that, the people that are going to be working on the VFX and all these other things, everybody, they have their own departments. They come together and join forces together, and that's how they have bangers. But our people, once that money drops like this, it's gone. Let me tell you something that I did that I'm going to say, yes, it doesn't matter. You see the mini-me advert, right? The budget wasn't enough. When they told me that, Basket, this is the budget we have, I told them that it's not going to work. I'd already pulled out. I can't do it. So they kept, they were persistent. And I thought about it. I was like, you know what, Bright? This is the first opportunity you have to do this thing. Why not just do it and let them see your work? So I added my own money, which a lot of money. I added my own money, and I let them see it. That, look, oh, this is your budget, but this is how much I spent on it. Because I know I'm an Igbo man. I'll get the money from you eventually. It might take 2 years or 3 years, but you balance me that money that I added. I'll share it in different ways. I'll get the money back.
Yeah.
And they saw the quality and they love it. They've been using it for the past 3 years. I'm that kind of producer where if you give me a budget and let's say I want to do a project for you for 1 million naira, and I need 1 million naira to do that project, if I can't get you to add more money to it, I will add more money to it. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one working on it, right? People are not going to come for you.
Yeah, they'll come for you.
Do you get? So I'm protecting myself. So if protecting myself will cost me an extra 15 million naira, what's that? I can chest it. We'll survive one way or the other.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Our people, we don't work
do that
to create a masterpiece. To be honest, I'm sorry I'm saying it. We are most of us are just too greedy. We are just too greedy, and we will sit down and insult the government. But now you thief pass. They'll give. I've heard so many stories where they will say they gave so person so figures to make whatever, and the person did crap on set. There's no food. People are like it. I don't like man just like, because at the end of the day, that is true, and that's one of the reasons these guys pulled out. That's why they cut the budget.
That's why they're not investing.
That's why they're not investing anymore. Then it doesn't end there. Another thing is now they've put so much money. Now the consumers are all pirating it. Do you get? There's another site now that people go and watch stuff on Netflix that they don't. I don't know if you've not heard of it. Oh, that's what the street. Now waiting and they watch you.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. I don't think. We don't know what we're missing right now, and before, I hope it's going to be too late before we realize how exposed we are. But there was one time that we had that opportunity. But if you go to Netflix now in America, if you go to Netflix, their top 10. Sorry, there's no Nigerian movie there.
Yeah.
It's just South African movies.
Wow.
South African series. I saw about 2 or 3 of them there.
Because those ones are spending a lot of money on their production. You can see it. Yes. You can see it.
Bro, I'm sorry, but their production. Yes, the stories might not be banging,
but the
production. So can you imagine? Our stories are banging.
We have good stories.
But bad production.
It's crazy.
So sometimes just because they want to rush the story, they will skip some things. Just production, just tell the story right. Give the right director. There was one time I was going to work on a movie and they were giving me the list of actors and I saw the amount they wanted to pay actors. I'm like, guys, is this what you pay them? Then you expect them to give you something great? No, now this is not encouraging. That's why when I did this movie, they charge me. But I've been the one, soliciting for good pay. Start with that. So the ones I could beg to just give me small discount, the ones that you charge, I pay. Some of them, I'll pay you instrumentally. I hope you don't mind. Some I paid off. But you have to start by, lead by example, right?
Yeah.
But that's one of the problems we are facing right now. Most of our people, they are too greedy, and some of them, they do that. People go get them.
That's like Jessica attitude.
Bro, it's your work. You can't take it back and re-edit it and do it again. Once it's out, it's out for life. So why do you want to play with it? Why do you want to make a mess around with it? I've made mistakes too. I don't make mistakes. Maybe I told myself, Brad, you can never make this kind of mistake again. But then I didn't know better.
Yeah.
But when we're making this movie, the first thing I told my guys that, look, let's get a hotel, put the editors there, right? So that way, when we are shooting, they are offloading, they are editing immediately, so they can point out the mistakes. Some guys like, sir, it's not done that way. I say, I don't care whether it's done that way or not. This is how I want to do it. And guess what? Once we started working on that project, they saw mistakes that we were able to correct
the next day.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And that's how, because of that extra money that I spent, we're able to save ourselves
A lot.
A lot of money.
So these are the things I thought, like, look, let us just be offloading. We'll see all the mistakes and we'll just be correcting everything. And that's what I think most of our people should start doing. You know, just put the money in the work. Like, forget that brand new car we won't drive for a minute, and just give the client a good job. Like, so that way they will come back again and again. You know, because right now, Nigerian film is good, but I lie, you know.
We're still
I know some
learning.
movies that have come out. I don't want to mention names. I couldn't watch it. With the noise and everything, I come watch, I'm like, nine be this. Really? I think, are you kidding me? This is some of the effects. Like, I'm watching the fight scenes. I'm seeing something. I saw one with the horse, black goat. The horse don't lean. I'm like, wait now. So you mean you cannot go to a polo club
to get
a good healthy horse, pay that money, see the horse, like the horse just day, like, man, the horse is struggle. To be honest, I've never seen any movie that the horse looked unfed. Have you seen any movie anywhere in this world that the horse?
As you're saying, I'm trying to picture it. I've never seen it in my life.
There's no movie that the horse looked unfed.
No.
Only
And everybody
Nigeria.
in that set saw that. And
They saw it, they're like, nah, no worry, they'll go understand. After all, everybody needs to suffer for this country. Everybody go understand. They say, I had sheep, now I do the horse. No, there are some things we shouldn't just let.
Oh my
let
God.
slide, man. Let's not do that. Because at the end of the day, people, the only thing that I think is working for us right now, it's little way, is music.
Yeah.
Music is doing very well. Very, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then music is doing very well. Just that we're a bit confused right now because there's Afrobeat, and there's Amapiano, right?
Yeah.
You know, there was a time where when we had reggae music. Reggae music was reggae music.
Yes.
You know, they had reggae music, dancehall. You understand,
Yes.
raga and all those whatever, conscious reggae and all this love rock and the rest of them.
Yeah.
You know, they had, but it's all reggae music.
Yeah.
And everybody celebrated reggae music across the world.
Down
Down to Nigerians. We
Yeah.
had people like Basketmouth.
My dad was playing a lot of reggae music then.
So even our own Nigerian artists,
Majek
Majek Fashek, Basketmouth and all these guys, you know. But Afrobeat music, you hear some of our people making Afrobeat music, then you now hear Amapiano inside. Right? When I was listening to reggae music, I didn't used to hear pop or hardcore rap music or anything. Reggae music was reggae music. Now, Afrobeats has an infusion of Amapiano and other things, and something that you don't even know. And when you ask, they will say, no, it's Afrofusion. My guy, can you first of all identify Afrobeat first? Let people embrace it, so that way Afrobeat doesn't just fade off, because it dey pass, so it will come, it will go. The next thing that they'll start celebrating might be Ghana High Life.
Some people that I know are thinking that they are consciously trying to make Afrobeat pass because they are scared of maybe Nigeria taking over or something. And by some people, I mean him. It feels like
it's
there's
possible.
a conscious
It's
effort.
possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
And if our people are not stubborn,
careful.
Because if you are the one that will decide to put the Amapiano, once you don't put another, you understand, genre into it, you've changed it, you've changed everything.
And then for people like Wizkid coming out to say, oh no, I'm not an Afrobeat artist, everybody now denying it. They'll be like, because they want to be in the Western world. So who is going to own
Who's going to champion? Who's going to champion?
No, let them go. We'll be here. I'm waiting for but everything will definitely work out.
You're sure? You
so.
have that belief in Nigeria?
For the entertainment industry, yes, I believe it will eventually, and I'll tell you why. With the government, I don't see anything, to be honest. I don't see anything getting better. I won't lie to you. Based on based on what I see, it's simple mathematics. We all need energy.
Yeah.
Right? Energy is given. We get energy from diesel.
Yeah.
Right? Fuel.
Yes.
And all
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Once it goes up, everything goes
Goes
up.
up. Yes.
So right now, the fuel pump price now has gone up. So
again.
it will go up again. Now, if you look at, let's start from the year I was born, 1978 till date. The dollar has never dropped. It has only gone up. So, and every time I go, it will soon drop, it will soon drop, but it keeps going
up. Yeah.
So it's not a case of whether there's no hope. Let's forget about hope. It's facts right now.
Facts, yeah.
It's still gonna go up.
Yeah.
Except the president is able to fight these guys, because most of what's happening is now people they do them.
Of course.
If they are able to just handle those people and kick them where they are supposed to be kicked, I believe that everything will balance out. So you see those ones, I don't see hope there. But you see, and the reason I can't even see, like for instance, like if there was an example,
Yeah,
they don't have anybody there's no example.
There's no example.
Yeah, there's no example. The only example that they have are other presidents. Like they're doing different things and doing stuff, but they don't even pay attention. But you see, with entertainment, there's an example, right? So, for instance, now, movies now, people are messing around with movies. Once I drop my first movie and I show them how it's done, my guy here, if you just say, man, you know what? I like what in basket do. Let me follow this pattern. Let me do this. And he follows. And the next person. And by default, people will just start gravitating towards a new style of doing. Like on my set, what these guys were eating was exactly what I was eating. Like I made sure the food was that good. Like everybody must enjoy. Like there's nobody that came to work with us that complained for a day. It's impossible. So once you start doing that and people start judging other producers, say, man, for these other sets, see how things go, blah, 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 blah. By default, everybody subconsciously, they will just start adjusting. That's why I feel entertainment is just by one or two people changing it. With government, there's nothing you can do, right? Not them. They do their thing by themselves. But entertainment, we can do that.
We have to do it
can do it ourselves. And trust me, I get influenced by other people. So definitely, I know that I influence people as well. You understand? Because I see some work, I'm like, this approach no bad. I should look towards this direction. Because I still, it gets to a point where you start learning from the younger ones. That's where I'm at right now. I'm learning from these guys. Boom, it day here, but it's their time. So I'm watching them, looking at how they are doing it. I'm like, okay, this is their new way. So the first thing I did, and I'll tell all my age group, don't work with your mates.
I'm telling you.
Don't say, oh, I've known this person for 20 years. Nah. My editor is about 25 years old. Everybody where I work with, they're all producers, 26, 28. I don't think any of them is up to 37. I don't think so. Just young people. Because they know what the people want. So
yeah. And I see you do that a lot. You collaborate with all these younger guys, try to put them on your platform, and that's really commendable. Yeah,
I try. Now some of our guys, they think, say, okay, those things, we don't want to blend. But no, bro, do it. Collaborate. You need to get these guys to share your platforms with you. Not because you're not doing them a favor, guys. Just a matter of time, they'll pass you.
I'm telling you.
It's just a matter of time, they'll pass you just now. So don't be forming like, oh, I'm the king of now. Fuck that shit, man. You go, they will fall your hand just now. So for me, I try to just be relevant in my own way and, do what I can do.
If there's any last things you'd like to add, like advice for, upcoming comedians, content creators, that would be now, and we're good.
Okay. Now, last, before I leave, for comedians, first tip, don't try to be like anybody else. Be like yourself. Nobody wants two of the same thing. Right? And try as much as possible. For the comedians, this one again, if you people can stop, like, not all these new guys coming up, you guys can stop begging for money on stage. That would do us a lot of good. Like, just go on stage and perform. Just crack a joke and get the fuck out. I'm sorry I'm using swear words, but I have to just say it because I'm pissed off with how you guys have watered down the art.
Arts,
And
yeah.
you're going on stage, just go on stage, crack jokes. Why are you hailing people? This one never spray me. Are you mad? Who the fuck are you? If you want beg, go street. These guys, they're ruining the idea. Comedy normally is just for you to get on stage, create a set, perform, get people to laugh. Now you've turned to beg. As the other day at the perform, somebody came and said, spraying me. Kai. That's what they've done to the game.
Yeah.
And I'm against it. And I've told anybody that is on if you come to my show, you're performing on my stage, you open my, just go hear one person. That's the end of your set. That's the end. So you guys stop doing it.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, not just to you, to the industry itself. Then lastly, for the comedians, try as much as possible to sell yourself based on your substance, the content. I said this before. Some people sell champagne in a water bottle and sell water in a champagne bottle. You get. So at the end of the day, you're looking all glorified, all the sparkling, sparkles and everything. You get on stage and you're flat. Sell exactly what your product stands for, what the quality of your product. Match it with the way you showcase yourself. Then for the musicians, I'm a producer, I'm not a musician, so to speak. I used to rap back then, so I can't be giving you guys, I don't practice. But let's keep our sound original. Let's keep it Nigerian. Let's try. I know everybody wants to go with what's trending, but let's not forget about what is evergreen as well. You get? Yeah, it trends for 2 days, but African Queen is still jammed till today.
Till tomorrow.
Like, which one do you prefer? Do you get? Two-Face still they chop money till today. Like every... Yeah, so that's the evergreen and trending, two different things. Then for the content creators, be more critical about everything you do. And if you want to, there's one new guy that started doing one. I don't know if you've seen him. One boy like this. I can't remember his name. I'll try. So I think he did one for this taxi.
Yes. Is it
boy?
Denzi? That's a
young boy.
Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
In drive.
In drive.
Yes, it is for in
What's
drive.
his name?
Denzi.
That's your name. Kudos to your work. I spotted you and I like what you're doing. Well done. Those are the kind of people I like. Yeah. For me to notice his work.
Even me, I had to repost. So
you posted it.
Yes.
Very brilliant. And that wasn't the first work he's done.
That was
I've seen some. Yeah, I've seen it quite a lot. And I was like, man, the first one I saw, like, man, this guy is good. So I checked and saw more, and I see that there's a clique. I know a few of them.
Yes.
Them Sydney Tucker people.
Yes.
Well done. Yeah. So for the content creators, you guys challenge yourself more and see how you can also pass messages. I know you want to do things to trend and create some other content that you can put on your platform that you can use to be positive with, like, just selling something positive, because everything on social media now have become so toxic. It's too toxic. Everybody's angry, everybody's upset, everybody's just, yeah. And for the people, the consumers, this one's for you. Don't be too emotional about most of what you see online. Most times when people do things and you're tearing your hair off your head, remember that you are doing it to yourself. The person has done it has moved on. You are just vexing for nothing. You are hurting yourself. All right? There are some contents that you just take. If it's not good enough, there's no need for you to crucify the person. You understand? Sometimes people make mistakes. Sometimes you think you're getting it right, and at the end of the day, maybe just you didn't get the right advice, and because you're in that creative space, you don't know, say this one day wrong. Because I've seen some people being dragged because of one content they created. So what I've done, I've tried doing this one a long time ago. Whenever I create a content, it runs through about like 6 people.
Yes, before it goes out.
Comes out.
Yes.
There's Bayo Adike, there's Tayo Okpatayo, there's Dotumakun, there's Victoria, there's who else? There's one more person. I'm missing one other person. About 5 people that it goes through, and when they all okay it, that's when I now say, okay, thank you. It's going out now.
Great.
Yeah, so that's it. I think that's all.
You have said a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, even me, Seb, I'm inspired.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
I'm so
Very
grateful. We have a gift for you. Can we give it to you on camera?
Yeah, so
Please bring.
it's my birthday this weekend. So
Oh!
yeah, so birthday came early.
Thank you so much for coming.
This is Brandon. Am I allowed to bring?
Yeah, you are. It's just that it's you.
But the box,
box.
Yeah, but they are sponsoring.
Yes, they are sponsoring.
In that case, I'll just bring them. So yeah, this is for cleaning
dishes.
These and bath as well. Depending on the part of Lagos where you live. There are places you need to use this one and bleach. Use bath. Then okay, good.
Toothpaste,
well.
yes.
Oral
care, yes.
227. What's 227?
Like the number of things it does for you, like clean your gums, clean your teeth, fight bacteria and all that.
That's good. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
Which one again? This one is sexual rules.
Siri.
What I saw is in my mind. I thought it was sexual rules. I didn't know it was sensual.
Yes. So
I should bring sexual rules. I like sexual rules.
Well, noted. I'll tell them.
Yeah, the rest I can't bring everything out. But thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You are welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. This was a long time coming. I was like, no, if anybody should be on this show, it should be Basketmouth. Because you're so creative and I'm so inspired. We are all inspired. So thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, by the way, finally, you know the interesting thing?
What?
Do you know I did not know that I was creative?
I
swear. I didn't know. I didn't tell you. I swear I had no idea.
Really?
No. So it was a case where someone will come up with some, like maybe I see something and I'm criticizing it and they'll ask me, okay, if it were you, how will you do it? Okay. And I say, okay, let me give you one. I'll now start saying, okay, you know what? Let's start with this and this. And I make it and it makes sense. And I'm done with it, makes sense. And like, man, guy, this guy, you're good though. So that's how I was telling myself that, man, guy, you need to start thinking towards this direction. So every time I see an ad, I recreate it. And the next thing, people now started telling me, oh boy, man, you did very creative. Oh. So and I said, wow. So I did creative. So that's how it is. And I started applying it. So for every time I see something, I'm creative. Because if you don't do it, it's just going to stay there and rot.
Yeah.
So whenever you find out that you have the ability, because not everybody have the ability to imagine things.
Yes.
Some people they can't imagine things. Mine is so crazy. So let me tell you the part that I hope makes this interview. So for me, I think my own is meant small. I'm glad it comes with small craze. It don't even like craze small. It's so bad that I think I see music in colors. It's crazy that way. So when I'm making it sounds like painting. So making music is like painting to me. I don't only hear the sound. In my mind, I see it. I visualize it. And that's why when I'm making music, the way I make music the other way around. I write this, or what I want the song to be about first. Right? Like I want the song to be about this and that.
Yes.
Then I'll now carry it and meet the producer. I said, this is what I want you to create a sound that tells this story. So the sound must sound, the beat must sound exactly like this story. Do you get? Like, for instance, in Horoscopes, the album Horoscopes, there's a song there called Seloui by Peruzzi. The song I wrote that song when we created that song. It was about one guy that met this girl in New York, right? And he didn't collect the girl's number, right?
Okay.
But they had a conversation. The girl said that she comes to Times Square every 4th of July because her mom died. Her mom died at the square many years ago, so she comes to that place just with flowers to pay homage and all that. So that was the only information the guy gathered. So every 4th of July, the guy goes because they didn't finish the conversation before there was something that happened. So every 4th of July, he goes to Times Square and just look for the girl, and the girl does. Anytime the girl comes to do remembrance for the mom and all that, she's looking for the guy. So eventually, they now met. So they saw themselves after about like 6-7 years of him coming over and over again. He now saw the girl across the street. You understand? The girl holding the flower. And he too, he has been coming with the flowers as well. So he too was holding the flower. As he was about to cross the road, he got hit by a car and died. So that's kind of story. So I write stories. But eventually, we did not make the sound. We did not write the song to fit the story. But because we already had a story, it helped the sound. So even if we decide to tilt it this way, we already created a sound. And that sound has a soul because it has a story. Some sound, you hear the sound, it's just a sound. It's just a nice beat. But there's no soul in it.
I totally understand.
So that's how I do it. So so mine comes a little. So if you notice that you have those things, give me a call. I know how to use it for
you. So there are good mints and there are bad mints.
Yeah, this is a good mint.
This one is a good one.
It's a very good mint.
I think the what's his name? He has already talked about some things that you would do that I believe you when you're talking about this.
What's that?
Buchi.
Yeah,
I'm following Buchi.
Yeah.
He said that you will talk to him, you'll be talking. On his page, he said that you'll be talking sometimes that he'll be tired.
I do that a lot. Sometimes when I get ideas, I call them 2 a.m., 4 a.m. Sans Sultan used to be my may his gentle so rest in perfect peace. I used to call Sans Sultan. I'm not saying why we're not tired from him. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., me and Sultan go talk. I go tell him different ideas. So I literally created Papa Benji with Sans Sultan. I was telling him what we were doing with the story, how we were doing it, blah, blah, blah. We created his character into it and did all those stuff. Buchi is right. I disturbed them well. Because this is like, when I create an idea, I don't want to keep it in
yourself.
I want to keep it in me.
Share.
I have to share it because sometimes while I'm saying it, because I'm trying to make the person, I'm trying to sell it to this person, I'm subconsciously adding more flavor. So by the time I'm telling the fourth person, it's better. By the time we are now finally shooting it, it's perfect.
And because you have trusted people around you, no. Carry.
No. That's why my circle of friends very small. Very, if I call 2-3 people and they are busy, I'm finished. Who else I won't call now? I know you are that.
All right, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode of CreativiTEA. I'm sure you did.
Oh yeah,
I'm very sure you did. So thank you so much, guys. So make sure you like, share, and comment. And if you have any questions for Basketmouth, leave them in the comments. I will find them.
Yes, I'll come and answer it. I'll come and I'll answer any question you ask. I'll answer. I'll come there and comment myself. Just let
Great. All right. So thank you, guys. So until the next one. Bye.